Hi everyone, I'm Surface Code Studio, the guy behind Undelve. I'm back with another installment of problems I ran into while making my game. So today, we're talking about how adding time stop broke everything in my game several times over. So as you might have imagined, time stop is very hard to make. Otherwise, scientists would have already invented it for us. Now, I can already hear some of you going, just adjust this value right here, and time stops. It's so simple. Wrong. While the actual stoppage of time is easy, that's the only freebie we get towards making it a working ability. I still want the player to move in stopped time, which... yeah, he no longer does. Why is that? Because we stopped time. Duh. So, are you sitting comfortably? I'm breaking out the nerd speak. Since we lowered time.timescale to stop time, our fixed update function, Unity Physics, and a few other things, which all scale off of time.timescale, are no longer an option. Not a big deal, my player's script didn't use Unity Physics anyway, and regular update still gets called, so we can move our movement function to there instead. And hey, everything works! Except update runs every frame. Damn it, I just ran into the classic frame rate dependent speed bug, didn't I? Yep, everything just got multiplied by the frame rate. So, here's the problem. As a game dev, if you write a script that moves the player, the more times that script runs, the more speed the character gets and the faster you go. Same thing with things like fire rate or HP regeneration. The common ground with all of these is that they all control something that happens over time. So, clearly, we want any of these over time functions to run at a consistent rate. That is exactly the case, and the reason we were using fixed update before. But adding time stop is actually like the only thing I can think of that makes fixed update, which normally runs exactly 50 times per second, pretty much no matter what, not run at all. Because of that, we were forced to move to update, which is fine and all until we realized that update runs every single frame instead of a set number of times per second. All of those over time functions that we need to be consistent just became frame rate dependent. Meaning things like lag, differences in hardware, or even player preference all affect how many times our functions run. Perfect. This is exactly what we don't want. The issue, in layman's terms, the faster your FPS is, the more OP you become. Clearly, we have some problems. Now, how do we fix this? Well, if we can't control how many times the code runs, we'll instead control how much of an effect it has each time it runs. With this. This is time.delta time. This magnificent line of code is just a number, but numbers are pretty damn powerful, said someone, probably. This number in particular always equals the exact time between the current and the last frame. All we have to do is multiply everything that was previously in fixed update by this number. That way, it doesn't matter what our frame rate is, because suddenly the overall effectiveness of each function is subject to the number of times it's been running, and everything becomes consistent again. I just have to tweak every variable I multiply by time.delta time. Okay, easy enough. I just fix fire rate and the rest of it, time to do movement. Wait, how many variables does my movement function have again? I'm not redoing all that! And fix it. So there actually is another method nobody talks about when dealing with functions that run things that are supposed to happen over time. Turns out, we actually can control how many times something runs per second, even in update. Anything inside that while loop runs exactly 50 times per second, identical to fixed update, but not scaled by time. It's just easier to use time.delta time if you don't already have a huge over 400 line movement script with over 100 movement combinations and fine-tuned variables. You could say I fixed update. Okay, I'll end the video. Hey, I hope you enjoyed some insight on how Undelve handles time stop. And if you liked the video, hit the like button, or subscribe if you're interested in Undelve updates or more stories like this one. And yeah, that was a real screenshot of my movement function. I know my movement script is jank, but it works like a charm and it feels great in game. By the way, Undelve never actually hits 0 timescale, it only goes down to 0.0001, but that's for an entirely other reason, which I could make a video about if anyone asks. It's still low enough to make fixed update useless. Anyway, see you next time.